guys, welcome back to AWMFX. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, no matter where you are. Hopefully you guys out there are earning a lot of money from the market, right? It does not matter whether from the Forex market, the index market, or even the cryptocurrency, right? Earn a lot of money from the market. Don't give it away. And of course, take care of your health, of your family. Right, so today we'll go into another type of, we call it manipulation or maybe price action for a QML late retest. All right, late retest. And of course, this is one of the favorite of a lot of QML traders out there. So we are talking, what am I talking about? It's about compression. All right, it's about compression. So compression, short form, we call it as a CP. All right. What is a CP? Let me introduce to you. So CP is, let's assume that there is a movement and there is a MPL, all right? So what happens is that the movement will slowly crawl back up, all right? It will slowly crawl back up and then it will, I will say, consume its own demand zone at the bottom and then it will rise again, which it will create a demand zone, a new demand zone. And the next step is that it will consume again and then create, and then consume again and then create, and then consume again and then create. All right, etc., all the way crawl towards the MPL area. So what happened was that the price create the last demand zone. All right, when it touched the MPL, likely, all right, this is just likely. There are a few types of various of combination at this point. All right, at this point there is a few combination. The price will drop. Sometimes it won't drop all the way down. Sometimes it will just drop halfway. All right, then it will go up and then there goes the big drop. All right, there goes the big drop. It happens very, very frequently. All right, so what is the key point we have here is that compression will find MPL. And then compression will look like small candles going up, all right, slowly crawling up. If you do mapping, you will realize demand zone has been consumed, all right, all the demand zone has been consumed. So find SSR at the left side. So we find if there any SSR, then this is the nice point for a big drop. All right, so what does it look like for the buy setup? It looks exactly the same. All right, I'm gonna forward a bit so that I have a few things to deliver today. So it looks exactly the same, just that I flip the chart. All right, so the price comes back to this whole area and then it rises. All right, we're talking about rising up. All right, so it's the same, that, but the difference is that this time around is the supply zone that has been consumed. Right, means that there is no more resistance, there's no more roadblock, so it will fly up high. All right, so there are a few types of compression. So this is a new thing. This is something new. So the first type is the channel compression. All right, so what is a channel compression? So we have exactly like what we saw previously in the example. All right, so this is the channel type compression. So what does it mean is that it looks like a channel when the price reach the MPL area. All right, it will form a sort kind of channel. All right, before it reach the MPL zone and for the big drop over there. So it looks something like this. All right. Then the second type of compression is what we call as a SBR or RBS compression. Right. So we have the same thing. We have the almost the same thing like a channel, but this time around the difference is that, all right, the difference is that it is forming RBS or SBR all the way. All right, it's forming RBS or SBR all the way. All right, before the big drop. Right. So when I talk about the big drop, it means that there is some going down, going up, and then before the big drop. So it looks something like this. All right, then the third type of compression is a bit funny, but it happens, I would say not very much, very, very less. So it's called QML compression. So what does it mean? That we have exactly the same thing, but this time around the difference is that the movement towards the MPL, it looks like a QML itself. All right, QML itself. Yeah, it does do react. All right, example like here, this QML, it came back to this area, it reacts. But the problem is that it don't react a lot. It don't drop a lot. It just drop a bit, then it goes up. All right, it drop a bit, then goes up. All right, so continuous, the pattern keep repeating the same. So end of the day, there is a big drop again for this type of QML compression. All right, then the fourth type, I believe I've shared some of these type before, is the last tree drive compression. So what does that mean by last tree drive? So the price exactly the same. We have an MPL. So the price rise very vigorously. All right. So at the end, all right, at the end of the channel or the end of the how should I say, the bullish or even maybe bearish for the other way around, the price will form the something we call as so-called as a tree drive at the last leg. All right, the tree drive at the last leg. For Elliott wave traders, you might call this other name. It does not matter whether it's the fifth. I think it's the fifth drive or fifth. I don't know. I know there's a number 5 there. So anyway, what happens is that when this thing happens, all right, it will come down. All right, it will likely to come down. Then of course, last but not least, all right, you see that I put 3 star over there. All right, I put a 3 star over there. It's the compression liquidity. All right, so we call it as a CPLQ. This is, when I put 3 star, what does it mean? It means that if you saw any of this setup in your chart, all right, do not hesitate, really one. Do not hesitate to go into this trade. All right, the chances of this kind of trades to be successful is very, very high. But the problem is that, can you or are you able to catch where is the MPL? All right, where is the MPL? So what is a compression liquidity, CPLQ? All right, CPLQ is that we have a normal MPL over here. So what happened was that there is something we call as the compression, the CP pattern. All right, then exactly what happened is that there is a fake out. Right, there is a fake out. We have a R1, R2, R3 at the almost end of the compression. So before that, before the price went up again and then came down. All right, came down all the way. This is one of the best type of compression. So why does this thing happens? All right, why does this thing happens? It's because that when the big players create the compression, all right, movement, it does not get enough liquidity. All right, it does not get enough liquidity. So what happens is that the big trader will find another way to fill in their trades, will fill in their order. So the other thing is that they'll make another fake out to get their order all filled. All right, so the price went up before it comes down. So this is a CPLQ. All right, so next we'll go into our chart and look at a different type of compression. Right, so let's look at this example over here. We have a XAU USD 15 minutes chart. All right, 15 minutes chart. So let's dissect what is really happening over here. So first of all, we have our QML at this area. All right, you can see the price is moving up and down, up before the big down over here. So it broke the previous low. All right, so it break the previous low. So we have of course we need to find our MPL later. So the price keep doing a lot of things. We have fake out. We can consider this as a fake out. You can see that the price rejecting at this point. We have a fake out. Then this is what we call as the tree drive at the last leg. All right, you can see the price move very fast to the top, very, very fast. So at the end, it creates a tree drive at the last leg. All right, 1, 2, 3 before the real drop, and then goes back up, and then the big drop all the way down. All right, all the way down. Of course, here you can get other type of confirmation, like such as a small QML, where you can get this QML trade. All right, you can get this QML trade. I'm gonna box it up so that, because I I receive a lot of how should I say, feedback that saying that you all cannot see where is the QML. So slowly. So this is the QML line. All right, this is the QML line. Then of course it breaks the low over here. Right, it breaks the low over here. Sorry for that. Use this one. It breaks the low and then comes back up and then hunt this supply zone before it go down. So this is what we call it as a tree drive. All right, so it's very clear. So how are you supposed to get the how should I say, the MPL at this point? So over here, actually, in fact, the real area to get the MPL is not very difficult. All right, it's very simple, because along the whole line, the whole stretch that break the previous low, right, that broke the previous low over here, there is nothing much except for this supply itself, this supply zone. Can you see it? Supply zone. Then of course, if you put a line over here, somewhere around here, there is rejection, indecision, and rejection. So this is your MPL line. This is your MPL line somewhere around here. This is your MPL. If you go to 5 minutes, you can see it more clearly. Right? More clearly. All right. You can see that there is a lot of indecision, rejection all the way. And of course, like what I say, always trade at the zone that is above your this one called the your MPL line, right? So you can I'm not sure whether it will trigger the trade just now. Hopefully it does. All right, it does. All right, just nicely done. Yep, I didn't pre-plan anything of this. So this is a 3-drive MPL, of course, with a sniper entering. Share a lot of things for you today. So anyways, okay. So this is a 3-drive. Okay, so this is another type of compression. Of course, it's a combination. There is some combination with fake out. So it can be considered as a CPLQ. All right, so first of all, let's dissect and see what is happening. We have the price going up before it plunged down. So this is our QML over here. Of course, some people might label your QML over here, right? Some people might label it over here. It does not matter, right? So this is a very valid QML. But however, you can see that the price is making a lot of price action, such as a fake out, a lot of fake out, and then compression in the end. Right. So first of all, we have a fake out something like this. All right, CPLQ. What is CPLQ later? I'm going to explain. Then we have fake out. You can see a lot of fake out. 1, 2, 1 and 2. All right, all this way. So the price at the end over here, you can see that it keeps on compressing, and not only that, it break its own demand. All right, demand zone, break its own demand zone to goes up. All right, so at the end over here, it creates just one fake out before it went into the real. This is what we call it as a double maruking, and then before it drops. All right, so what is a double maruking? Let's see whether I'm going to explain it in the other episode or not. All right, I'm trying to cut things short because I felt that a lot of people is getting bored with the topic. Then it's okay. I just finish as much as possible, so it's okay. So continue here. So after it reacts with double maruking, then it drops. All right, it drops all the way. So this is a kind of Q CPLQ. All right, compression liquidity. All right, let's see what do we have here. We have a different type of QML. All right, so this QML is a bit weird. It looks a bit weird. I won't say that it's 100% a QML. at this point, but that is a MPL. All right. So if you look at a M30, if you look at M30, right? So this is a very, very valid zone. You can see this is a very, very zone. And of course, the price came into this area and then continue going down. So how do we know this, catch this kind of compression? So if you remember, one of the compression is talking about a QML compression. So what is a QML compression? So you look at the traps all the way. So first of all, you see that there is a QML over here. All right, high, low, high, high, and then drop. Oh, you thought that this is a QML. So what happens is that the price ignore or react a bit before it goes up again. Then, of course, itself create another QML. Can you see it? High, low, high, high, and then drop a bit. And then it reacts a bit, and then it goes up some more. So this is only two QML, small QML. Right? And of course, this is itself is a compression. Right? It's a compression. Right? It's a QML type of compression. So if you do mapping, you can see that most of the demand zone has been consumed. That's why when the price came down, all right, when the price came down, it came down fast. All right, it came down very, very fast. So over here, there is a lot of things you can learn. Of course, this is difficult to see, very, very difficult to see. But anyway, I managed to get this example for you. Is quite lucky. All right. So next we have buy QML, buy with the compression setup. All right. So we are no longer doing sell, we're doing buy. So we are looking at Euro USD 15 minutes. All right. So you can see the price is having a high, low, low, high, and then it broke a lot of low. All right. Let's consider this a low, and then a lower high, and then lower low, lower high, lower low. All right. We have the ultimate lower low here. We have our QML at this point. All right. We have a QML at this point. And then what happens is that it breaks at this area. It was broken at this area. All right, it was broken at this area, and the price rejected. We call it this SR flip. All right, SR flip. Then it came down slowly. So let's go into one smaller. Wait a minute. Let me cut this price over here. Go into smaller time frame so you can see it more clearly. All right, so you can see that the price when it comes going down, all right, when it's moving down, it's moving very, 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 very slowly. Not only that, if you look at the candlestick, it is going very, very small, getting smaller, 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 some big candlestick, but small all the way. Right, gradually it's really small. So you can see, actually this is a very, very easy trade. Right, you can see that that is where's your MPL is supposed to be around this area. All right, supposed to be around this area. You can see a lot of rejection, indecision. Right, let's see, does it have anything from at the back? Yes, it does have a lot of rejection also. All right, consider this area. So where is your entry point? Definitely that is only one obvious entry point, the fresh zone below the MPL. All right, where is it? Is it? This will be it. All right, you can either place it like this, or you can might widen it. Depends on your appetite. So and your risk control, risk reward control. So the price came down, yeah, it protruded a bit, then it went up. You can see that it flies up. All right, the price tend to fly all the way, non-stop. One of the reason is that we are looking at the M15, right? One of the reason, if you look at it, if you do mapping, there is not really much what we call as the supply zone left. We have only yes, we have this small supply zone, very, very small, very, very tiny. Should I say it as a non-significant supply zone? No more, no more. The last supply zone left is here, right? The last one over here. So once the price move up, it will only break, the candlestick will only break at this few area. See, that some people say that it's coincident, but it depends how you look at it. So the price break at this few area, and then it goes up all the way. So this is the type of trade that you really want to get in. All right, I believe I saw another fake out over here. Yeah, that is a fake out over here. breakout. So this is also a CPLQ. All right. So that's all. We look at the next example. All right. So I'm going to show you the last example of a compression of a QML. So after that, maybe the other type, when I find it, I'll make a video about it. All right, in future. So here what we have is, if you look at it with eyesight and see, the price is moving high, low, high, high, higher, low. All right, high ultimate here, our low, and then before it went up again and then punched down and breaking a lot of low. All right, breaking a lot of low. So what happened was that the price is moving up very, very slow. You can see that the price keep moving up very, very slow. All right, there is no demand zone, no demand zone, no, this is a demand zone and consumed by itself, and then it creates another demand zone. So this is the last demand zone left. All right, this is the last demand zone left. So no other demand zone is how should I say, is uh resisting if there's any fall. So what happened was that the price went into this zone, this big zone. I believe, right? I believe you go into lower time frame, you can minimize your entry, but I'm not going that so now. So the price went there and then dropped all the way. So you can see that the price coincidentally, it breaks at this zone. All right, there is always a reason why the price suddenly break at certain area. So I also believe if you go into low time frame, there is a demand supply zone over here. But anyway, let's focus on this chart at this point. So this is a type of how should I say, it's a type of setup that you really like, right? You can see that it's compressing all the way and then it makes a few fake out before the end, right? You can see a rejection, right? Rejection. So another point, another bonus. I have a lot of bonus, but you need to pay attention and then you'll see what I'm trying to say. All right, you catch all those bonus. So if you look at it over here, you see there's a lot of rejection, right? It creates a illusion of a SPR, RBS, whatever, SR flip, anything you can talk about it. So the price went up. All right, this holding the compression before it goes down. All right, so the bonus I'm going to share with you right here is that a lot of people ask, hey, how come you're not putting all at the shadow? No, 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 no. It's not about that. We are not engineering. We are not German engineering efficiency or Japanese engineering precise. We are talking about a zone. All right, so you will put it at this area. You can see a lot of rejection, even at the back, rejection, 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 rejection. Too many rejection, and of course this itself can be served as a MPL, right? Maximum pin level, where the price went up before it plunged down, or breaking all this low. So you can assume that how should I say, you can assume the area, the zone exists, right? You can see a rejection. So this is a very, very nice compression type of course, if you can also consider this as a CPLQ, all right, compression liquidity. All right, the price dropped all the way, nicely done. And of course, it happens again. All right, it happens again and again. All right, it keeps repeating again and again and again. So you have a lot of opportunity for the big drop all the way. And I believe I did manage to catch this trade before. I think, yeah, I remember, yeah. So that's all for today, the example, and of course the lesson about the CP, the compression. So hopefully you guys enjoy the videos, the whole all the episode out there. So this will be the 9th episode. I'm gonna make things short since a lot of people is impatient with me. So I will make another one more chapter. All right, let's do it. The one more chapter and then we end this 10 episode. Right, I think 10 is a perfect score. I wanted to make it more, but it's okay. So 10 is a perfect score. So next chapter we'll talk about the this one called what, the, sorry for that, confirmation. Yeah, we talk about confirmation. so we can get a few confirmation out so that you guys can start to trade and practice.